Okay, so it's another day and we have another stack of MacBooks to fix. Just as you say that you might actually get a chance to take a day off, you get a stack of MacBooks to fix, which is a good thing. So Piernov's here, Cormac is here, Rob is here, Polly is here, Arnold is here. A bunch of people are here. I know you can see the monitor, it's no big deal. What's the big deal about the monitor? You can also see, wait, no you can't. You can't even see the MacBook I'm working on. This angle sucks. Give me a minute. So if I move it over this way, move it out a little bit. Perfect. There, now you can see the MacBook I'm working on. And you could also see the customer label. Yeah, you guys can't read that, I'm sure. Yeah, no one could read that, but I'll cover it anyway, just in case. Arnold, you can see the MacBook now. Caroline is here. I'll put a RAM over it. There. Perfect. You guys can't even read that, so it doesn't really matter. It's gonna be too blurry. They said this MacBook was liquid damaged, and this doesn't look like it's liquid damaged. What is it with people lying about liquid damaged things lately? They say that they're liquid damaged and they're not. That's kind of even worse than lying about, because that's creating false hope in me. I'm hoping it won't be liquid damaged and it ends up being liquid damaged. So we plug it in. It takes 0.2 milliamps, which is no good. Let's unplug the battery. Okay, so when we plug the charger in, it does not indicate any charging from around the ISL. What I mean is it's not 0.2 milliamps there with the light green there. It's not charging, so we must be missing a rail related to charging. So let's measure what PP bus is. PP bus is there. It's a little bit low, but it's there. Heatsink does not feel warm. I don't see any corrosion around the FETs. So let's continue unplugging. Maybe the SMC is being held in the reset state or something. I kind of doubt it because the light is green. We could have an issue around the SMC, but I kind of doubt it. Sawyer's here. So unplugged everything but what we need, pretty much. Also going to unplug the screen and left I/O board because sometimes those can both cause issues on these. I've seen screen cause quarter fan spin sometimes. As crazy as it sounds, it can happen. But I still think our issue is going to be around the ISL, current sense, something like that. So with everything unplugged, it now boots. We get fan spin and it pulls an amp. So now we have to figure out what is causing that. So first things first is plugging in the trackpad. And that works. So left I/O board. That works. Screen. That works. So it must be a bad keyboard now. Probably holding the SMC in a reset state or something. Yep, bad keyboard. But we're going to pull the board and inspect otherwise in case there's any corrosion lurking. Sonia's here. No fun. People are lying about liquid damaging their stuff. They're saying they're liquid damage. They're saying it's liquid damage and it's not liquid damaged. That's no fair. It's one thing to lie about saying something is liquid damaged and having it be liquid damaged, and then lying about it being liquid damage and not having liquid damage. Reroute GPU. This doesn't have a GPU. One day I'll get an easy one. Until then, I will have to deal with this junk. At least the keyboards are kind of fun in these. You get to rip them out, and ripping a keyboard out of a MacBook is kind of fun. Almost as fun as drilling through a MacBook. I would prefer drilling through a MacBook, I think. Cam is here. But maybe we'll find just a little bit of corrosion on the board to make the day better. Too many screws. Hate when I miss screws. Yeah, and this board is perfectly clean. No liquid damage at all. They lied. But we'll look it over anyway. Martin is here. Martin almost never watches my live streams. Just dust on this. Nothing that I see that's really problematic. Only thing I could really do here is throw it in the ultrasonic in case something got under a chip, but yeah. There's nothing here, a little bit right here, nothing too bad. What the heck is this thing? What's with this camera? I gotta fix this. There we go, now it's the right way. Wasn't doing that yesterday. A lot of dust in the fan, a lot of dust on the board. So, ultrasonic cleaning, keyboard replacement, and that's it. So we'll throw in the ultrasonic with keyboard replacement. That's all for this one. So what nonsense next we have in the pile? So we have this one, which I want to do a dedicated video on. This was worked on by PowerBook Medic before, and they couldn't fix it. So that probably means who knows what. This one, A1398 with RAM beep. That sounds really nice. RAM beep on an A1398 with 32 RAM chips that I have to all reflow individually. Okay, why not? Let's confirm it beeps and not work on arrival. Plug in the charger. Reball RAM, no. It beeps. I like Tony's idea. Put it in the microwave for 20 minutes and that'll fix it. I agree with you. It probably will fix it. Vladimir is here. I'm gonna put all the screws in this, I think. Instead of the screw holders. I'm gonna try that. Riyadh CPU till solder comes out of the side. Just don't unglue. Yeah, that sounds like what someone would do before sending something to me. Which seems to happen a lot. It's more than Mac stuff too. It's really whatever. I mean, it's mainly Mac stuff, but It depends. Sometimes I will fix other brands. I have an HP here, I had a Gigabyte here. It really depends. Depends if they want to pay for it. Oh no, no WC SSD. Bad. Do not use OWC. Very bad. Terrible. This has no signs of drop either. Yeah, that's sad. Usually there's signs of drop when RAM does that. And there's no signs of drop, which is sad. I'm going to go put this one aside for testing. Well, not testing, but keyboard replacement and calling the customer. I really don't like my idea I had of putting the screws in a bag, so I'm going to get the regular screw holder. Tim, when you're not streaming, do you have music on, or you guys in... Sometimes I do. It depends. It depends on my mood. If it's late and I'm trying to stay awake, then yes. Very bad. Never use these. Never use these. Unless you don't care about your data. If you don't care about your data, then go right ahead. But if you care about your data, never use an OWC SSD. Now what we could do is just go ahead and reflow all the RAM, but that would make us say, please bro, and we're not going to do that. We're going to check our power rails first, and see if anything is off in the RAM circuit before reflowing it. And keep in mind, it could be the PCH or the CPU, or some random data line. So I have webcam unplugged. Anything PCIe we want unplugged, and we're going to retest. So Wi-Fi card 2. Yeah, and watch it be that lousy OWC SSD that was causing this. What's the brand model of that SSD? Is OWC. Otherworld Computing. Lousy nonsense. Never buy any of their stuff. At least not their SSDs. They always fail. Still beeps. That means I have to keep taking the board out. Push on RAMs with finger while boot. What I could do is tap them each and see what they do. That's what I'll do. And now let's try. If it chimes, we know our issue. But it won't. Usually it's a Yeah, now. After we did that, now it doesn't even turn on. Let's see. Try one more time. There it goes. Still. Chris Long is here. Zero Effect is here. I just like taking these boards out. Taking these boards out are not fun. I don't like disassembly. Disassembly is terrible. I don't recommend disassembly to anyone. Chris, I did a iPhone 5S TriStar, and I ripped pads under it taking it off because I didn't go hot enough near the CPU. So now I have to run wires under the TriStar. Luckily, it's just outside pads, but I really don't want to do it. And then I have another iPhone 5S data recovery that I need to do. I'll probably do that. I might even do that one on stream today. Oh, this is an Apple refurb board. This is no fun. This is no fun at all. This is a refurb board. This is an Apple refurb. No, but a regular 5 is near CPU. So, this is an Apple refurb board, and here's how I know. 2 reasons. So see this? Apple refurb stamp. And secondly, shoe rubber. And what's this? That is corrosion from lousy rework near VRAM chips. So they probably reworked this area, and you can kind of see. Okay, so look at this quality. This is an Apple refurb board, and look at this quality. You could tell this was clean before. So you could tell this board was clean before by the residue over the chips. And look at this. This area right here clearly had liquid damage. You can see the corrosion left over. You can see on this cap. Look at that. This is a refurb board, and yeah, quality. Apple quality. Even a little thermal paste near our SMC. More quality. And otherwise, this looks okay. I kind of doubt we're going to have an issue with. I really don't want to check RAM power supply, but I think I should. Even though I'm lazy and I don't really want to because it's probably going to be a cracked ball under the RAM just like it always is. I still think I should. Let's vote in chat. Should I check RAM power supply, or should I just go ahead and reflow the RAM? No, I better check. 3332. I wouldn't want to turn into a please bro. One day, sadly, I will become one. My meter is just about to go dead. My meter is useless, so that means I have to use the oscilloscope, which can be a pain a little bit. We have 1.35 volts there. Where is our DDR rails? They're here somewhere. Backlight rails, chipset vCore rails, GPU rails, 1v5, here we go. And Paul Daniel software is not showing me where I'm supposed to be looking. There we go. Paul Daniel software actually worked. Yeah, oscilloscope can be a pain to where to clip onto it, or where to clip the lead onto the alligator clip, because you kind of have to interact with the scope while using it. And PPDDR S3 reg is present. PP1v5 S3 mem reset. Alright. Usually we'll have corrosion on the regulators and stuff if that's going to be the issue, so I'm going to go ahead and reflow these things. I'm just going to be wasting time. So I'm going to preheat the area of the board a little bit. I really don't want to thermally shock it, especially with the U8900 issues on these. You could heat that area up sometimes and you will break the board internally. So now we're preheated enough. I'm going to go ahead and put flux on it. Should have enough in this tube. Actually, I probably won't, but so now we have a nice amount of Amtech NC559 on the board near the RAM chips. And I'm going to turn on my fume extractor so I don't suffocate from flux fumes, which would not be good. Put the fume extractor right by the board, turn it on. And hopefully I don't do what I did last time and knock a RAM chip off and have to reball it. There's one. There's two. Zero effect. My flux is right from Rossmann Repair Group. My flux is authentic. No fake news here. Sometimes on these, if the PCH is dying, I've seen it cause RAM beep, and then it won't beep when you turn it on. It won't beep anymore, or it won't turn on at all. It'll either not post or just be dead. So do you buy your schematics based on the stuff coming in? I don't buy schematics. I don't have schematics. What are you talking about? We don't use schematics here. Don't accuse us of that. How dare you? And yeah, our PCH got a little reflow. Oh well. There's no way we melted the solder on that side of the PCH. It just melted the stupid plastic. now before this cools down too much. That's not 5.5. Yes, that is 559 flux. You guys are telling me my flux is not authentic, and yes, it is. I can even show you guys the order form. It's 100% authentic flux. It's not knockoff Amtech. I have to open a new tube right now, so you'll see. You guys don't know what authentic flux looks like. Maybe your flux is authentic. Well, the thermal paste is smoking on the PCH. That's how hot it is. So hopefully rehot PCH doesn't fix it. I put a little heatsink on that so it doesn't harm it. And that's really close to the PCH. So I'm going to shield it, of course. Piranov, are you here? Should I take the glue off the PCH? No, it'll be fine. The glue will be fine. I'm gonna shield the CPU and stuff. Given the fact that you're so close to the PCH, you do risk reflowing it. It's not amped. Look, okay. Here, I have to prove a point. Let me make sure this doesn't show any personal information. Or payment information. Look, here's my last order of flux. Was it in this one? Here, you guys don't believe me? Look. Display capture isn't working, which is odd. But it is genuine flux, okay? I shouldn't have to prove my brand of flux to anyone in chat. Yeah, that's not going to do, Piranov. I'm going to remove the edge bonding and throw some flux under there. And no, Cormac, I ordered from that place once for the VS213, and now that Jason has it, I ordered through him. But I don't, yeah, What happens? What happened in chat? Is it still up? Is it down? No, it's still up. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Jason, at Micro Soldering Supply, Lewis's Old Tech. That's why I ordered the 213 from when I order it. I don't use it that much because I don't like it anymore. I order my 559 through Lewis, and then the 213 when I do buy it through Jason. I don't really like the 213 at all. The ultrasonic cleaner, it works great, but the ultrasonic cleaner doesn't remove it, and that's the main problem I have with it. If the ultrasonic cleaner doesn't remove it, then it's no good for me. And that's the main issue I have with it. There's flux everywhere at my station. I have to clean that because it's getting all over my hands, and I don't like flux on my hands. Today I get another microscope in the mail for a second station here. Next is a quick. Hopefully that got all the edge bonding. I kinda don't think it did though. My head really hurts right now. Ordering what from? Well, I kind of probably forgot what I was talking about 30 seconds ago, so. Where do you order what? Oh, the microscope I ordered from a friend that was selling one, and the quick I'll get it from Lewis. When I first got my quick, I got my quick from I think it was Go-To PAC because Lewis didn't sell them or anything like that, and it was $200. It was $230 or $215 or something, but it took months to get. No one had them. It was coming on a cruise ship, not a cruise ship, a cargo ship. So it took an honest long time, and this edge bonding is not going to come off nicely. Yeah, screw this. This ain't gonna work. I'm gonna try on this side to get it. Need better tweezers with a sharper point. Maybe I can still save that. I think I can. Yeah, whenever this happens, it's no good. And of course it happens on the most critical side of it, which sucks, but maybe I got it, maybe. Nope. Screw this. This ain't gonna work. Got it. Cool. It's off. Why does the non-critical side have to go so easy, then the critical side just turns out like this nonsense, you know? Makes no sense. It's just sad. It's just sad. I'm gonna look under it to inspect and see if I got it all. And I did not get it all, so I have to try and clear that little bit out. I'm gonna do that with, hopefully I have this other pair of tweezers here. We don't want to hurt the balls or anything underneath. I hope a Please Bro doesn't see this and then reflow something, then send it to me. Oh, I saw you putting heat on the PCH and removing the edge bonding, and I did that at 500 Celsius and to see if it would make it work, and now it doesn't work, and I want to send it to you because I saw this in a video you made. That's probably what will happen. Yeah, I've heated these once where it did break the PCH. It must have screwed up with the balls because I never removed the edge bonding or anything like that, and you kind of have to remove the edge bonding. Because then if the balls go liquid and the glue lifts, it kind of lifts the chip off, and yeah, it turns into a mess. And you don't want a mess. You want a healthy PCH. Not a PCH on the verge of death. PCH on the verge of death is not good. Now this side. Darn it. iFixit is talking live. Greg M is in this chat. Where is he? I didn't see him in here. I better not lose viewers to iFixit. Still a little bit under here. I'm probably not going to be able to get. The RAM chip is in the way, and which isn't good, but I think that little bit isn't going to hurt anything. I don't want to hurt traces under there, so I'm going to leave it. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll honestly be just fine. There's Greg M. So, we'll see. I'm going to put some Amtech 2 VS213, which is able to wet lead free. I'm going to put that under there. I don't think I'll get it hot enough, honestly, but I just want to cover it to make sure. Chris Long, you're a traitor. Watching iFixit over TCRS. How dare you? That's a disgusting practice. Complete disrespect. You can hear both because I'm boring and don't talk, hence the title. And this is going to lift the heatsink off. I don't want that. So I'm going to lift the tape up, put a little more thermal paste down. Yeah, me too, a little bit, Chris. I don't really order their parts. I mean, their parts, there's nothing special about their parts, honestly, you know? Okay, so PCH is heat sinked. I'm gonna blow the air away towards the CPU, which is just as bad, but what are you gonna do? Hopefully this still fan spins after. I'll be happy if it does, and if it doesn't, then I will cry. And then I have to pack stuff, I have to send invoices. Okay. Time to put flux down. The CPU will never get hot enough to melt the balls on. It's just not going to happen. Not with that big heatsink on it. This Amtech flux is like MacBook medicine. This makes MacBooks better. That's what flux does. It has the power to heal all MacBooks. That's why you use an excessive amount. More flux, the better. The healthier the MacBook. The more flux you use, the healthier the MacBook will be. And that's it for this tube of flux. It's time to get another tube. See, do you guys saying I use fake flux? Look. Okay. Does this look like fake flux to anyone? Does that look like fake flux to anyone? Come on. Brand new tube. Okay, here goes nothing. Let's do the same thing. We're going to preheat at a lower temperature from far away. I'm going to go around 340 and low airflow, and we're just going to heat from far away to kind of melt the flux and preheat the area. We don't, especially near the CPU and GPU, we don't want to thermally shock it. What I mean by that is just go in with, that flux looks like Vaseline. Chris, you're crazy. Someone go call Lewis and tell him his flux looks like Vaseline. It's not Vaseline. Straight from Inventec Performance Chemicals. Need more flux here. So now our flux is nice and melted. Our board is semi-hot in this area. Now we can go ahead and move in at full temp and full airflow. Actually, I don't want full airflow. I'll go about 80% airflow. Might take a little longer, but it's not going to force, so much air pressure under the PCH and stuff. Yes, I agree, Chris. Moisturize the RAM. What's even worse, and I don't know how many of you guys have done this, is when you're doing something near the CPU, especially on a MacBook Air, use too much heat and then it pops up the heat pipe. Who's done that before? That's a real pain. I've done that once or twice. I've done it once, actually. Come on. You should go liquid any minute now. This is why you need full airflow. See that? Full airflow, reflowed. Come on, reflow. Come on, little RAM chip. Go liquid. Go liquid, come on. Go liquid, come on. That's partial. There's full. Same with this one. Full. This one. Full. full. Once the board gets hot enough, they start going a lot quicker. And I have a cramp in my hand, but I cannot stop. There's full. And right near our port PCH. I'm sorry, PCH. Sorry we're putting you through this, little PCH. I know you didn't deserve this. Done. Now we have to let the board cool. Lower the air, you're risking takeoff. No, we're fine. No need to lower air. Why lower air? Take off the nozzle and use full air. No, that will burn the board. Okay, it's cool enough. We can take our PCH heatsink off. And our CPU shield. That heatsink is very hot. I'm gonna put the board in the I'm gonna put the heat pipe, part of the board with the heat pipe, into the fume extractor so it kind of pulls air through the heat pipe. And there's flux everywhere, including all over my hands, so I'm gonna clean this and I'm gonna go wash, and by the time that the board is cooled, then we could turn it on. I hate flux on my hands. Actually, no, I just wipe my hands with alcohol. That's good enough. The heatsink is no longer burning me, so that's safe to turn on. Take off this stupid tape. Hopefully we'll still get fan spin. If we don't get fan spin, then I failed. If we don't get fan spin, that means I failed. Hopefully we get fan spin. Hopefully we get fan spin. And we don't get fan spin. Which means this was probably a dead CPU, a dead PCH to begin with. And reflowing the RAM just heated it up and killed it completely. Hmm. I don't think we hurt anything. Let's look for knocked off components around the PCH. I don't see any. And there's no way that amount of heat, I mean, there's no way it melted balls over here. Now, all the flux under the CPU and under the PCH can do it. Because remember, flux is no clean, but under chips like that, it's just not going to like it. Oh, what? Look, what's that? It was just too hot, probably. Okay, I see what happened. So the charger light was still green, and now it's orange. It was doing an SMC reset or something silly. Yeah, it was probably too hot, Chris. You're absolutely right. Aluminum focused all the conspiracy theories into it and caused it to doubt its own existence. I like Chris' ideas. I like that idea, Chris. I bet that is exactly what happened. Aluminum doesn't even exist, so what are you talking about? Zero effect, why? What's there to be happy about? I'm just doing my job. It's kind of like when people clap when you're on an airplane and it lands. It's like, come on, it's the job of the pilot to land the airplane. Why are you clapping? I never really understood that, but it is kind of funny. Now, here's the real test. Does it still beep? If it still beeps, then yeah, then it's really time to cry. Because that would mean we wasted all this time. Okay, let's see if this works. Moment of truth. Do you work? What do you do? Fan spin? And it still beeps. Which means there's probably a dead RAM chip. Or a dead CPU. Or a dead PCH. And this gives me a reason to rage quit, so goodbye. This was a lousy board. And the only other one here that I kind of want to do a pre-recorded because it's kind of going to be a really interesting one and it should be pre-recorded, but it went to another very big company before here that couldn't fix it, so we're going to see if we can fix it, but yeah. MacBook of failure.